Welcome to Akhtar Bros. Yowza Joe. What was that?
It's the theme song.
It'll make sense later.
You better hope it does.
It will. Well, it'll make as much sense as it can. Are you ready for fake characters again? But this time it's Star Wars.
Oh my goodness. Because we talked about Star Wars on the podcast.
Yeah.
Wow.
We did Marvel podcast, Marvel fake characters.
But we were actually incorrect. Comic-Con is next month, not this month. We're going to chalk that up to a quarantine miscalculation. But it's still relevant, you know.
But let's hop right into it. Let's not waste too much time. Kieran is going to be guessing whether or not these Star Wars characters are real characters or if I made them up. So, let's hop right in. I formatted it so I have like base amount of information for each guy
story.
and then like a story.
So like you're building off what I did last week.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pretty much. Okay?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Strindap cough laugh. Species Whipid.
Hairy tusk guy.
Hairy tusk guy.
I don't know, can
This
see
is
that?
the species Whipid. And now focus back up on me, please. This is him. You can hold that. His homeworld is Tula. He was born sometime before the Battle of Yavin. 1 BBY. Sometime before that. It's not specified. Sometime before 1 BBY.
So,
Let me get through it. Appearance. He was mentioned in Star Wars Bounty Hunter 2, a video game from 2004. Okay? A spice runner for the Hutt clan who ran off with the shipment in hopes of using the small fortune to retire. The Hutts hired bounty hunters as soon as the shipment went missing, and yet Coughlaugh evaded the grasp of the Hutts for years. Coughlaugh eventually settled on Alderaan. The Hutts continued their search indefinitely. Coughlaugh remains a legend among smugglers as one of the very few to harm the reputation of the Great Hutt clan and get away with it, and none ever learned of his death, leaving many to believe he successfully retired at a secret location, reaping the benefit of his spoils.
So people didn't know that he exploded?
No.
Okay.
And the Hutts never stopped looking for him.
Interesting. Well, there you go. The name to me, I think, seems like a name you would make up. Cough laugh. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, I'm gonna say that this one is real because of the inclusion of the bounty hunter game. That makes it seem real to me. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's real.
I made it up.
Yeah, I knew that was a name. I knew was the name gave it away as yours, but you got me with the video game. I thought that was a pretty what's the word?
Realistic inclusion.
A deep, yeah.
Yeah.
A
All
deep
right.
dive.
Therm Scissor Punch.
That is not a real name.
Species Nephrin. Homeworld Nepotis. He was born sometime before 10 BBY. Appearance Solo, A Star Wars Story. 2018. Therm Scissor Punch insists...
Is there another one?
Therm Scissor Punch insists on being called by his full name, which he likely gave himself, in hopes that the fearsome nickname would stick. While gambling, he relies on his fearsome appearance and intimidation, since he is in fact a mediocre player at best. He is a particularly sore loser, and in order to enhance his fighting prowess, he had a metal shank implanted in his claw. These two traits may have a correlation.
Scissor and punch. So, if this guy were to be real, I'm guessing in Solo you would see him around the table.
That is correct.
Where Han inevitably gets the first time gets the Falcon.
It's the first time.
From Lando, even though he gets it again later. I don't know.
It's
that,
the
that
first.
movie
It's
made
the first encounter around the
that
gambling
movie
table.
made a lot of things way too convoluted. See, I know that there is a lot of weird characters there, and if this is one that you made up, you know
that you don't know.
that I've not watched that movie thoroughly enough to know all of them around the table, because let's be honest, who has watched Solo that thoroughly?
I'll give you another little piece of information. I don't know where it will guide you.
Sure.
A funny little tidbit about this guy.
Mm-hmm.
His first appearance was actually in a Denny's commercial for Solo, a Star Wars story.
Interesting. So a snippet from...
Yeah.
Like a snippet from the movie, or like the Rick and Morty commercials where he wakes him up and burgers attack him.
It's like a Denny's exclusive promotion of the movie.
Oh, so it's like, here's a sneak
So it's
peek.
like this is the Han Solo burger at Denny's, and then it
Here's
like
a
shows
sneak peek of the movie.
Yeah,
And
something
he's
like that.
I bet 5 schmeckles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just think it's hilarious that Therm Scissor Punch's first appearance was in a Denny's
That's pretty
commercial.
What did I guess? I guess that last one was real.
Mm-hmm.
See, I want to say that this one's real again, especially because of the Denny's commercial, but that's a very easy one for you to just be like, Denny's.
Well,
Like, because the thing is, looking around the internet, a lot of the time they don't include, like, this guy was in the trailer of the Denny's Solo Burger commercial.
There's usually like a trivia thing at the bottom of Wikipedia pages.
Yeah, I never look at those. I want to say this guy's real. His name is so ridiculous that it's kind of like who'd you say last week? Big Hands?
Yeah.
Where you said
It was
it was so ridiculous that if you made this up and put it in there, it was
too brave.
It was too brave. Yeah, that's how I feel about this one.
You are correct.
It's
It
real?
is real.
Yeah.
There you go. Therm Scissor Punch. Here's a picture of him.
Mm-hmm. You didn't have a figure of that guy?
Did not have a figure of that guy.
You should get one.
All right, next. Seimei Dola, also known as Boss Dola, later on.
Ooh.
Species Gungan. Homeworld Mon Cala.
Interesting.
Born 20 BBY.
So prequel.
Appearance Conquest of the Empire novel 2008.
Interesting.
Seimei Dola was a Gungan born on Mon Cala after her parents fled to the oceanic planet during the Empire's conquest of Naboo. When her parents were killed by Quarren soldiers, she was taken in by a Mon Calamari family. She grew up to unite the people of Mon Cala and led the charge to liberate her homeworld from the clutches of the Empire. She was named Boss Dola for her heroism and leadership, and keeps close allies with her aquatic kinsmen of Mon Cala in the Senate of the New Republic.
Interesting. So you think she was one of the ones tearing down the statue?
Yeah, it's entirely
We
possible.
free.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put that clip in there. This one seems to me like one you would make up. Your inclusion of their appearances is really... It makes it very difficult to say.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, yeah, like last week, yours, like, the comic guys were just like, here's a guy, maybe he's real, maybe he's not. But I wasn't like, he appears in Spider-Man issue 141, you know?
Well, I wanted
Maybe
to
I
add
should've.
some spice.
Yeah, it is some
wanted to
spice.
add some spice.
I didn't go with my gut on the first one because of the name, and this one, especially the inclusion of her becoming a boss, a boss Gungan later, seems very much like something you would do, and so I'm gonna say you made this one up this time.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I made this one up. Seimei Dola is not real.
Where'd you get the name?
I just made it up. There was no inspiration or thought process.
Because like the first one, cough, laugh. That's pretty
Mhm.
obvious where that came from. And then scissor punch.
I didn't even make that one up.
Yeah.
Scissor punch. Okay, this one's a bit longer.
Oh my.
Lamora Yindi. Species droid. Homeworld Bespin. Born/created 21 BBY. Appearance The Mechanical Knight, a comic, 2013. SV4001 was a droid created by the Ugnaught engineers of Cloud City, outfitted with the seismic repulsor technology. Recognizing that this ability appeared not unlike a Jedi using the Force, the Ugnaughts programmed her to believe she was a Jedi Knight as a joke. Lamora immediately escaped Cloud City and eventually made her way to Coruscant, where she reported to the Jedi Council. Majority motioned to have the droid deactivated, and it would have passed were it not for the Jedi Master Plo Koon, who convinced the Council that whatever could be constituted as a heart in this droid was pure. Lamora was given a map to the planet Ilum by Master Plo, and he told her to return with the lightsaber to face the trials and become a Jedi Knight.
Just no Padawanship.
I don't think he actually planned. Like, he was just giving her stuff to do.
So he was just joking too.
Well, not just joking.
This entire
but,
droid's life is just a series of pranks.
I think he was giving her, like, a purpose, you know?
Here's something for you to do before we put you offline.
By the time Lamora returned, Order 66 had been executed. Able to slip under the Empire's radar, she survived until its collapse, doing her duty as a Jedi all the while. Eventually found Luke Skywalker's New Order, where she was finally dubbed a Jedi Knight of the New Republic.
I think you made this one up. There's so much. The joke, the fact that it's a joke, I think it's either definitely you or you picked it because it's like, you'll never believe that this is a real thing. I questioned for a minute if the timeline matched up, but I think it probably does, because that was another thing that I was going to say, is if it didn't match up, then it's definitely real, because you wouldn't make the mistake of messing it up.
What I found interesting about this was I kept getting the timeline mixed up in my own head, because it was Bespin, but in prequel times.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of like wrapping my head around that.
That is strange. Mechanical Knight. 2013. So is that before the Disney acquisition?
Okay, I think it's just before.
Interesting. Well, yeah,
so
it's gotta be.
So this isn't.
They're still using prequel stuff. Disney
and like I was worried that you would have heard about this.
No, this is. I think you made it up. That's my answer. I think you made this one up.
I did make this up.
And you know what gave it away?
What?
Is I know your love for the idea of guys that were Jedi, survived the Purge, and then are knighted by Luke.
I knew that would give me up. I couldn't think of a different ending. It was just too good.
Luke should have killed her.
What? No. There we go. All right. Well, you've won. You've already won. But let's see if you can solve this one.
Oh no.
Beano Kaz. Species Leliphorin, or like I don't fully know what the E with the line over it pronunciation is. Homeworld Lel.
Leliphorin? Zac Efron?
Zac Efron. Born 48 BBY. Appearance
Holy.
Star Wars Adventures. Beginnings of the Max Rebo Band comic in the 2000.
Interesting.
Beano Kaz was discovered by the Max Rebo Band on their rise to fame for his beautiful vocal work. Described as having a voice that could make even droids weep, Beano Kaz was the most talented singer the galaxy had known. Joe Yowza. There he is. It's probably not going to stand. Joe Yowza, the other vocalist in the band, was completely overshadowed and grew jealous. Just before the band left for a big gig on Coruscant, Bino Kaz went missing. It is heavily implied that Joe Yauza was responsible.
Interesting. Well, see, I think that this one is real. I think that it's got just enough madness, and I don't think that you would put in anything involving the Max Rebo band, because I think you would believe that it would point to you too much, because I know how much you like that band. Something that makes me question whether it's real or not, though, is the fact that they explored some things like this in the Clone Wars with the singing lady.
Okay, so I think it's implied
for this.
I think it's also implied that she was involved. That Cy Snoodles was additionally involved.
Yeah, because we know that
she's a vocalist too.
A vocalist and capable of murder, which was what we learned in the Clone Wars.
That's what I was looking out for too.
She just got out in the Clone Wars, I guess, because she didn't die.
Yeah.
She just killed Zero the Hutt and peaced out. Spoilers for Clone Wars. It's old at this point. It's not like it's from New Clone Wars. Yeah, see, that makes me question. But then again, if it's real, Filoni is a big fan of expanded universe and Star Wars history, and so that could be part homage and part just kind of building into that lore of just that Max Rebo's band is super sketchy. It also makes me wonder why no one ever went after Max Rebo. Especially since, like, these guys are vying for the frontman role, where all the time Max Rebo's got his own name in front of it, you know? But maybe Max Rebo's just like a super gangster.
Yeah.
He's like Al Capone. He plays his tunes and then goes back and sits in his diaper.
Yep.
And anyone comes near him, he just smacks him aside, you know?
He's a ruthless
With those big
gangster.
Elephant hands.
He's the man behind the Hutt clan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe like he's got some pull with them, you know? That's why they keep hiring him.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think this one's real. I'm going to say it's real, and that is my answer.
I made it up.
Good job.
I thought that, like, I thought this one did a decent job of you know, sprinkling in what could be believable.
Yeah, it did.
You know?
I should have gone against it because I don't think, well, again, but Filoni might do that, is just that two members of the Max Rebo band being affiliated with killings is kind of crazy.
It was originally when I was writing it, it was Cy Snoodles. I included in the script that Cy Snoodles like masterminded it, but didn't want to get her hands dirty, so she like essentially convinced Joe Yauza to do the dirty work.
Man, I've never thought Joe Yauza could
capable
be a trigger
of
man.
such things.
No, he's just a singer.
But I almost used a fake character, but like, so before the Max Rebo band was the Max Rebo band, they were part of a different band whose founder was killed in a shootout, and I was going to use that character, but the name of the band is like pretty inappropriate sounding.
Interesting.
So I decided
not. Say it.
I was probably not going to say it, and so I decided not to include that.
That's fair.
But in order to try and help with the fooling, I made up 4 and only put in 1 real one.
Yeah, that really did help with it. Scissor Punch was the only real one?
Yeah.
Interesting. And do you know what the species is? Did you make that up?
I made up Lelaforan.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think that'll do it.
Kieran is the winner. You win this ragtag bunch of made up characters.
I'm gonna make the next Star Wars story movie about this team.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be better than Solo.
Therm Scissor Punch is gonna be after you for that one.
Well, he's gonna be in the movie too. He's who they're stealing from.
Yeah.
It's a heist movie.
Alrighty, congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
You beat me.
Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, do all those things.
Yeah, give us your more fan art, please. Of I want to see Bino Kaz because he's not an existing alien, so you can really go wild with it.
Go wild with that one.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
That's pretty much it.
We have a good community.
Yeah, we do.